Tip number one is to always call. Always call before you go to these places, because first you're gonna find out if they even use notaries, right? So you're not wasting your time going to offices that don't even use notaries. And second, you're gonna find out if they're looking for notaries. Have you ever seen that movie, The Wolf of Wall Street? In The Wolf of Wall Street, he tries to what? He says to a guy, sell me this pen. But what was the purpose of him selling him the pen? What did that actually mean? So, sell me this pen, this is a marketing tip for you, is actually a way for you to find out if your customer even wants what you're trying to sell them. So there's no point in you trying to go to an office that's not looking for a notary, that's not looking for you. So he shows the pen to these two guys, right? And he tells his one friend, sell me this pen. And then his friend is telling him all these features. He's telling him the pen glides easily, the pen fits perfectly in your hand. This is a beautiful pen, it looks seamless, it looks nice. Your friends are gonna love you, your friends are gonna envy you. Right? And then the other friend, he tells him, no, you did horrible. He gives a pen to his other friend. And then he gives a pen to his other friend, and then his friend is like, write me your number, right? And then he didn't have a paper. He gave him a paper. Write me your number. And then he didn't have a pen. And then he's like, simply supply and demand. Here's a pen. You need the pen because you need me to you need to write your number, and you don't have a pen. So don't try to market to somebody who doesn't want your services. Go to offices that are looking for you. That's why I say call the signing services, call the title company before you show up, call these officers before you show up. Marketing tip number two is for you to have something that's going to help them remember you. All right? They're not gonna remember you just because you showed up to their office. All right? So get something that's gonna help them remember you. That's simply put. You can get a business card, like not a business card, because they're not gonna remember you by that. All right, you give them your business card so they have your information. But what's gonna help them remember you is if you give them some sort of care package, or if you give them my go-to thing is a Starbucks gift card. They're always grateful for that. They always appreciate that you went out of your way, spending your money to get them a Starbucks gift card. So when you show up to the offices that want you, give them a Starbucks gift card, and that's gonna help them remember you. And once you get through the door, which you will, because I have gone through the door and I've done this before, and once you're through the door, don't mess up. That's simply put. No pressure, don't mess up. This is a numbers game. You're going to have to do this multiple times until you actually get a client. All right, it's that simple. I cannot tell you how many clients I've called before I even landed my first. It's a numbers game. Don't forget it. Call as many clients as you can. Get in front of as many people as you can, and eventually somebody's gonna say yes. Lastly, if you feel I'm providing value to you, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I post a video. And comment below that you subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to try to respond to as many people as possible. And thank you for those of you who have already subscribed. Very important when you're making these calls to keep detailed notes. I have 3 sections of notes in my phone. The first are companies that I've marketed to and I work with currently, or I've done a job with. That's important to keep in case you haven't received work from them in a while. You can go back and market to them again. The second are companies that are receptive to me. These are companies that I've called and they do work with signing agents other than in-house notaries inside their office, and they are receptive to me. So those are companies that I'm going to stop by and market to them like I've shown you, with something that's going to grab their attention. Keep detailed notes. What you're going to want to do is write down the name of whomever you spoke to on the phone or whomever greeted you at the door. Write down their names, because it helps so much if when you get to the office and you're at the front desk, you drop down a name. And if you have the owner's name of the company, that's even better, because then it gives you a certain level of authority and a certain level of respect if you drop down a name. If you just walk up and say, hey, my name is this, this, and this, I'm just here to introduce myself, it works sometimes, but not as well if you drop down a name.